Hey all, welcome back to another NV Creations coin roll hunting video. And this is going to be box number 2, penny hunt. This box isn't strapped because my bank doesn't allow me to buy boxes of pennies anymore, so I had to go in and buy them $5 at a time. I did hit multiple banks and was able to pick up 50 rolls of pennies there. We're going to do 10 rolls today and see how we score up. I have a score sheet here. The scores are copper pennies from 59 to 82 are worth 1 point, foreign coins are worth 2 points, 2009s are worth 3 points, low mintage coins are worth 5 points, wheat pennies are worth 10 points, steel pennies are 15, Indian heads are 20, and flying eagles are 30. We'll see how this box stacks up to the last box I hunted, which gave us a final score of 642. Mostly copper pennies with a few wheat cents thrown in, a couple 2009s. When I was picking up the pennies, I don't know if they knew it or not, but as you see, this one here has a wheat cent ender, so we're at least guaranteed 10 points on this first hunt, because I hunt 1 through 10, 11 through 20, so on. So let's see where this takes us. I'll get this cleared off and we'll start on roll number 1 and see what we can find. Alright, so we got roll number 1 here. I'm also going to pull out my scale to weigh the 1982s as we find them, to see which ones are clad and which ones are copper, if I can get this open. Not sure. A little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I don't get it. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and we'll get started on roll number 1 here. Get it open and we'll see if we can find anything good in here. Be nice to find some wheats and stuff. Any of the coins that I do find and hang on to, I post on my website, nvcreationsmontana.com. I've got a coin store where you can buy the coins I find in my hunts. Relatively inexpensive. I use the CoinSnap app to check the mint and the value of it, and I put the lower value down for sale, so you're not going to pay a whole lot if you want to grab a coin that I find. So we will see how things go. So far no copper. Well, a couple 80s, but 83 and older. There's a 76, so we'll at least get 1 point from the copper there. Let me know if you guys are able to buy boxes of pennies at your bank still, or if they're rationing them on you guys because of the mint stopping production of pennies. I used to save all the 2024s for turning into jewelry, but I've got so many of them set aside now that I should be able to make jewelry for a couple of years. 2008. I do make jewelry out of these if you guys are interested. You can find those on my website as well. I have a jewelry and woodworking store. Well, here we've got a foreign coin, as I call them. It's just a 1998 Canadian penny, but that's still going to be worth 2 points for us, so that's a bonus on our end. Hang on to those. That will be on the website if anybody's trying to fill a collection of Canadian pennies. I haven't done a Canadian book yet, but somebody might be out there looking for one. That's probably very common, but who knows? Somebody might just be getting into Canadian coin collecting or foreign coin collecting, who knows? Alright, well, I didn't find any 82, so we can't weigh anything, but I did find our one Canadian penny, and it looks like 7 copper pennies, so we're going to get 9 points on roll 1. I'll get this cleaned up, and we will move on to roll number 2. Alright, so here's roll number 2. We'll get that peeled open and we'll see if we can't find us a wheat cent. I've yet to find an Indian head. Be nice to get one. Looks like some older coins in here. Maybe something decent for us. I do also collect all of the coins, like that one. It's a 1984. It's a clad coin, but I hang on to them because that was the year that I was born. I throw all those in my piggy bank. One day I might cash them in as my retirement fund. I've been collecting 84 coins for almost my whole life. I got quite a few. This searching through coins has really helped build up that little nest egg, if you will. A few 81s, but no 82s yet. I got a little run on copper pennies there. That's nice to see. There's another 84. I don't have any points on those. I just set them aside for myself. '87's not going to be copper, so we'll throw that out. I have been building up little graded collections of 2009 penny sets to sell on my site. Can't quite tell. There's going to be our first 1982, so we'll throw that up on the scale here and see if it is clad or copper. Throw it on there at 3.1 grams. 3 grams, that's going to be a copper one. Clad ones are about 2.6 grams. So we'll get a point on that one. All we did was find some copper coins here, quite a bit of it, a little over a quarter of the roll it looks like. We got 15 of them there, so we're going to get 15 points on roll number 2. Get this cleaned up and we'll move on to roll number 3. Alright, roll number 3. Trying this technique of a screwdriver to see if it'll help open these up. So far it's doing a pretty good job. Got a lot of color in here, so we might have, looks like a nice mix of old and new, but hopefully more old than new. Already off to a start. There's an 82, so we'll set that aside and we'll weigh those at the end of the hunt in case we find multiples. I don't know if it was true, but one of the bankers I talked to said that when we take our coin dumps back to the bank, they count them out with their machine and send them back to the Federal Reserve where they're destroyed. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Hopefully in this box somewhere we will find ourselves a 2009. It's always fun to find those. There's a nice toned one, 81. I don't know if you can see the toning on camera, but pretty nice toning on it. Little environmentally damaged on the front, so it's not going to be an upgrader for my penny book, but you never know. Well, we found 6 genuine coppers. We'll pull up our scale here and see if we can't see if we got 7th copper. And we've got a 7th copper, so 7 points on roll number 3. Get this cleaned up and we'll move on to roll 4. Alright, roll number 4 here. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's hope for some wheat. Nice to see one. Other than the one we know is on that ender. $84, I'll hang on to that for my piggy bank. Kind of started calling it a penny bank there. There's more than just pennies in there. Some old copper. It's kind of nice to see. I do hang on to all of that, so got a pretty good jug of copper. Not sure quite yet what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to hang on to it or sell it off, or not sure. A lot of newer stuff right there. Got another Canadian, so there's going to be a 2 points. This one looks like a 1981, so that's nice to see. I always enjoy finding Canadian pennies. Another 84. Even though technically I'm losing money on finding them. Looks like in this roll we got 8 copper pennies and 1 Canadian, so we're going to get 10 points on roll number 4. I will clean this up and move on. Alright, roll number 5. If you guys like my videos, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. I put out new videos every Sunday at noon Mountain Time. Throw a comment down in the bottom there and let me know if there's something in particular you guys would like me to hunt next. I've been trying to pick up a box of $50 from a bank, but they haven't gotten any in a while. They got a partial box, but not a full one. I think they said I can order one in through them, so I'll probably do that in the future. And haven't done a $50 hunt yet. I've hunted quite a few rolls of $50, found some stuff, but I want to get a whole box so I can get a score off of it with my little scorecard I got. There's an 82, so we'll set that aside and get that weighed up and see if it's clad or copper. I didn't know about that when I did my first couple boxes, and I thought they were all copper, so I threw them all in my copper jar, so I had to go back through and pull them all out, and then I did a weigh-up video, and surprisingly over half of them, there's another 82, probably 70% of them were copper, which was nice. I'd rather see copper than clad any day. Can't hardly see that date on there. I think it was a 99. Alright, let's weigh up these two 82s and see what we've got. We got another copper and a clad, so we'll toss that one back. So we got one 82 copper out of there. So we got 6 copper coins is all. I found a couple of 84s for my collection, so 6 points on roll number 4, which is not too bad. We're up to 37 points so far, so we'll see what we can do. Alright, we have roll 6. I realized on that last clip roll that I was calling it roll number 4, which I already had roll 4 done and got 10 points. I forgot to add it into my spreadsheet. So now, as of roll 5, we've got 47 points, and we're running a 9.4 points per roll average. So let's see if we can get some more points out of these. A couple wheat pennies will take care of that for us. A lot of shiny in this one. There's some dull stuff at the front of the coin here. Hopefully it's does us some good. So far just a bunch of dirty 90s and 2000s. $68, that'll be a copper coin for sure. 76. We're finding a few copper, but a lot of clad. 64. 84, I'll hang on to that one. 83 is junk. 6 is going to give us 6 copper coins and an 84 for me, so we'll get 6 points on roll number 6. Alright, on to roll number 7 here. We got 4 left in this hunt. Roll number 9 has the wheat ender, so you guys gotta wait to see what year it is. Looked pretty clean and shiny, so I'm guessing it's mid to late 50s. I have found a couple of 1919s. There's an 82 for us to weigh out. $74 is going to be a keeper. 84 is a keeper for me. Do you guys collect the coins from the year you were born? Always curious if people do that. Just something I thought was neat when I was a kid, and I've been doing it ever since. I do make jewelry out of pennies, dimes, nickels, all the coins really. I make earrings and necklaces and bracelets, charms out of pennies, dimes, and nickels. I can make a small ring out of a penny. I got to use the copper ones, because the clad ones, you put them under a torch to anneal them and they just disintegrate. Well, we got 3 1982s in this one. So far that's the most 82s we found in one roll. Let's see what we got. We got a copper, we got a clad, and a copper. So not bad. We're going to get 6 points on roll number 7 for our 6 copper pennies. Still have yet to find a wheat other than the one we know is coming up, so stay tuned. Alright, let's see what we have hiding in roll number 8 here. Oh, what do we got here? This interesting colored penny. It's 2008 that's been so worn down there's barely any copper left on it. Start off with a 79. There's an 82 to weigh. $77. Hang on to that one. Did find another Canadian penny. This one's a 79, so that's going to be worth 2 points on this roll. It's nice to find something to put in the collection somewhere. Somebody's got to want one. $64, we'll hang on to that. 63. It's an 84 for me. Very beat up 73. 1960. And an 81. So we did find one 82. We'll throw her up on the scale here. And we're going to get a copper at 3.1 grams. Alright. So on that hunt, as you can see here, we've got 10 copper pennies and a Canadian. That's going to give us 12 points on roll number 8. I'll get this cleaned up and we'll move on to roll number 9 with that wheat ender. Alright, on to roll number 9. As you can see, we got ourselves a wheat ender. So we're at least guaranteed 10 points. Get it open and see what year that coin is. What mint it is. Maybe one of you have been struggling to find that date and mint. Will be for sale up on the website. Alright. Pretty decent shape on that side. We'll flip it over. Looks like a 1945 San Francisco. Older than I thought it was going to be, which is nice. I like to see the older ones. I'll have to check my book. I'm pretty sure I've already got that one. Be nice to find another one in here. Burnt 99. Toss all these ones with the shield. They have no value for me. There's a 59. Last year of, or first year of clad. Couple older ones. 77. $71. There's 6 points so far. $74. That'll put us at 8 points. I don't know if you guys can pick that up on the microphone, but my stomach is gurgling. Sounds pretty funny. Alright, so we got our one 1945 San Francisco wheat cent, which is going to be worth 10 points for us. And we also got 10 coppers for a roll total of 20 points on 9, which not too bad. That's our highest scoring one so far. Let's get this cleaned up. We'll move on to the final roll of the hunt, and then I'll give you a breakdown of what we found and how many points we got. Alright, final roll of the hunt, roll number 10. See if it doesn't have something nice in there for us to find. Nice coloring on all these coins. We might have a good chance of finding something nice in there. So far we found one copper coin. Here's a 2009 Denver. We're going to flip that over. It's going to be his cabin, the early years, I think they call that. So that's going to be worth 3 points on our hunt. Not bad finding a 2009. Getting a nice mix of coins pulled out of this first batch. If any of you are getting the feeling that I've stacked this hunt, I have not. I just pick them up at the bank, $5 at a time, whatever they give me. Throw them in a box. I know some people when they have to build their own box of coins, they'll stack it with rolls that they picked from the bank themselves or ones they've had stashed away. I feel as that is cheating. $84 for my collection. $69. Pretty nice toned 78 there. That might replace one in my book. Alright, so we got our 2009 for 3 points, and we got 9 copper pennies for 9 points. So we're going to get 12 points on roll number 10. I'll get this cleaned up, I'll lay out what we found, and I'll give you guys a score breakdown on this first hunt of this box of pennies. Alright, well here's the breakdown of rolls 1 through 10. The top here you can see I've got all of my copper pennies, which we have 103 copper pennies. Not too bad of a find, so it's 103 points. We got down here our 3 Canadians, a 98, an 81, and a 79. Those being 2 points each, that's 6. We got our 1945 San Francisco wheat cent for 10 points. And our 2009 early childhood commemorative bicentennial penny, whichever you want to call it, for 3 points. And then no points on this stack of 84s, but I did find 10 of them. So this hunt, we scored a total of, I guess, 103 points. I didn't get 103 of copper pennies, sorry. I got 84 copper pennies. 103 points total for the hunt. Our highest roll was roll number 9 with the wheat cent in it and 10 copper pennies at 20 points. We are averaging 10.3 points per roll so far on hunt number 1. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Appreciate that. It makes me feel good seeing the likes come in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Helps build the channel. Also lets you know when my new videos come out, which are Sundays at noon Mountain Time. If you guys are interested in any of these coins here, I will have them on my website at nvcreationsmontana.com under the coins tab. There's a little coin store. Reasonably priced. I'm not trying to gouge anybody. I'm just trying to get them out to my viewers so they can fill a collection or have something nice. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you have any suggestions, hit me up. I love chatting with my subscribers. On my website, I also make wooden cutting boards and coin jewelry. If you want a ring made out of a quarter or a $50 or a certain coin, let me know. I sell a lot of that stuff on there. I also do some woodworking stuff if you want to buy a cutting board or a charcuterie tray. Got stuff like that on the website as well. If you have to ask me a personal question, you don't want it in the comments, send me an email at nvcreationsmontana@gmail.com. All this information will be listed down in the video description for easy access. But on that note, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.